Vice President Mike Pence and California Senator Kamala Harris squared off in the first and only vice presidential debate. It was held in Salt Lake City. And unlike the first presidential debate, topics were not disclosed ahead of time. Abdul Hakim Shabazz, editor of Indie Politics, joining us now to break down some of the big takeaways. And I don't know about you, Abdul, but the biggest takeaway, at least the most obvious one, is you could actually hear the candidates, and they talked about a lot of stuff.
Yes, you can actually hear them. They did do a little bit of talking over each other. Mike Pence did go a little long on some of his answers, but for the most part, this is what a debate should look like. You had candidates, you had issues. Did they answer the questions? That kind of remains to be seen. But for the most part, at least from a procedural, from a structural standpoint, this is what a debate should have been, unlike the cluster truck that we saw last week with the president and Joe Biden.
Yeah, it is true. The moderator would ask a question. They didn't always answer that question, but still they had some good talking points. And speaking of those, what stood out most, I guess, to you?
What stood out to me was basically what both Kamala Harris and Mike Pence needed to do. I think for the most part, they both did. Mike Pence's job was to defend the administration's record. That was a little difficult, in my opinion, on the COVID-19 stuff, which was sort of the big issue, but his job was to defend the president. Kamala Harris's job was to basically go after the president, at the same time promote Joe Biden, which I think she did for the most part relatively well. Although, like I said, for the most part, they didn't really answer the question. They kind of pivoted sort of after Susan Page would ask. But for the most part, I thought they did what they needed to do, which was basically do no harm.
And speaking of COVID-19, which you just mentioned, we have a couple of sound bites from each of the candidates right now.
And we began really before the month of February was art to develop a vaccine and to develop medicines and therapeutics that have been saving lives all along the way. And under President Trump's leadership, Operation Warp Speed, we believe we'll have literally tens of millions of doses of a vaccine before the end of this year.
Whatever the vice president is claiming the administration has done, clearly it hasn't worked. When you're looking at over 210,000 dead bodies in our country, American lives that have been lost, families that are grieving that loss.
Abdul, what do you think of that exchange?
I thought it was interesting because once again, the vice president once again defending the administration, saying, "Hey, we closed down China. We're developing a vaccine. We have millions of vaccines ready by the end of the year." I think that's a little bit aggressive, and the vice president's a little bit misleading on the China part, because if you were a national had family members in China, they could still sort of travel. So that's a little misleading. On the other hand, on Kamala Harris, once again, she kept going back to those 210,000 Americans who had passed away due to COVID-19. That I thought was relatively powerful, particularly as someone who lost his dad, me, to COVID-19 complications earlier this summer. So that I thought really hit hard, was really powerful testimony on Kamala Harris's part.
All right, our next topic, and they kept going back to this one as well, is jobs. We have, again, sound bites from each candidate on that.
Senator Harris, you're entitled to your opinion. You're not entitled to your own facts. When Joe Biden was vice president, we lost 200,000 manufacturing jobs, and President Obama said they were never coming back. He said we needed a magic wand to bring them back.
Joe Biden is responsible for saving America's auto industry, and you voted against it. So let's set the record straight. Thank you.
Which is true, but then again, most Republicans during the end of the Bush administration did vote against that. They were not in favor of the bailout, and she didn't really point that out, but that was basically what she was alluding to.
Once again, it's a classic. It's partially true, but partially not true. Yes, they did lose 200,000 jobs in the beginning of the Great Recession of 2009. However, at the same time, they got a lot of those manufacturing jobs back. And I want to say to date, we've lost about 185,000 manufacturing jobs since the great pandemic. So like I said, once again, it's true, but you got to kind of sort of parse through the words and listen to what they say, but also what they didn't say.
All right, as our analyst, who do you give the nod to, if at all?
I give it basically a tie in this case, because they both did what they needed to do. From a stylistic point, however, I give it to maybe Kamala Harris a little bit, because that fly that got in Mike Pence's hair just bothered me for the whole 2 minutes that it was there.
And that was trending on Twitter too. But I mean, it shows up, in all fairness, it shows up really well on his hair. And I was sitting there going, I was wondering if she was going to say anything, and she did not. I don't know if she intentionally did not or didn't see it. I don't know. But Abdul, thank you for your time. We do appreciate it, as always. And maybe we'll have you on for the next debate, if there is one, because Biden has said he will not debate if the president still has COVID. And also, the people in Miami say they do not want anybody there with COVID from the debate.
Yeah, because particularly that's going to be a town hall format, and if you have somebody in the audience who's COVID positive, that is just a disaster waiting to happen. So I'll be on standby just in case you folks need me.
All right.